Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are celebrating all things whiskey. Mike is here from Jeptha. Good morning to you. It's so good to see you.
Good morning, yes.
So great to have you in studio. Okay, let's kind of go back because one of the most fascinating parts of you guys and what you do, it's a women-owned and operated.
Yes,
That's amazing.
yes, a fantastic mother and daughter, farmers, and then the mom has chemistry, chemical engineering background, so she's able to produce spirits. So taking those two skills to create spirits.
I love it, putting it together in us family-owned business. Okay, let's see and talk about what we have right here because you guys do a little bit of everything.
Oh, yes, yes. And especially since tomorrow celebrating International Whiskey Day.
Absolutely.
Jeptha at the end of 2020 became international. We were able to ship off a shipment of Jeptha to the UK. So now it's available in internationally. So
that's amazing.
America's exporting spirits.
That's got to make you guys feel so good. That's something to celebrate for sure.
Oh, yeah, especially after 2020 to be successful throughout the whole time and producing hand sanitizers, and you still have an obligation to fill barrels.
Right.
So that goes along with talking with whiskey.
Yeah.
Every whiskey or every whiskey company, because there's American whiskey, Japanese, Scottish, Irish, there's a lot of different whiskeys throughout the world, and they're basically taking the resources from their region to make it. And water obviously is one of the key opponents, and your grains. So I showed some of the grains that are used to make your different flavorings in it. And then once it gets to, because every distillery is making a clear spirit like you have on the far right there.
Yeah, can you give me like a Whiskey 101, a lesson in terms of flavors? What are we seeing?
Yeah, so obviously we take the clear spirit, that's where it's the new make from whiskey, and then we did different infusions to highlight the different flavors, because every whiskey, you can, if you have the right palate, you can taste about 100 different flavors in a whiskey. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's where we used our infusions to just highlight those things. So a cinnamon, apple pie, blackberry, lemon, because you get some citruses sometimes out of the whiskeys. So it ends up being a lot of things. And then ultimately, once you take the clear spirit, and that's how you make American bourbon, it's by putting in new oak charred barrels.
Tell me about this pretty pink drink right over here. What's in that one?
So I thought we're coming into spring.
Yeah.
This is, I call it a nice patio pounder. Just to sit on a patio and enjoy it.
I love it.
I took the blackberries. You got fresh blackberries. You got mint, lime juice, and club soda. Very light, simple, refreshing. And just trying to show some of the things of whiskey, things that you can do with whiskey. And that was one of the key components of why the mother and daughter wanted to kind of get women on board with whiskey.
Yes, I love that it's women because obviously, you know, it's typically kind of a male-driven industry, I guess you could say. But perhaps for women, it just might be like, okay, I know I like the flavors when someone puts this drink together. I just don't know how to do it myself, right? Is that part of it?
Oh, yes, yes. And that's why taking the components, like I said, one of those 100 different tasting notes out of whiskey, and which one you like the best, accenting that more. Like when we were earlier on break, you said cinnamon. I bet that smells great, and it does.
I bet it does.
Especially, that's why when we highlighted with the donut pudding, you're just accenting that.
Well, the fact that you can cook with that too, and it just accentuates the flavors of certain dishes. Do you guys do that a lot with partnerships with different places or dishes or foods, things like that?
Oh yeah, and we'll get more into it as restaurants start to open up. I do a lot of pairing dinners, and they're basically working with the chef, and he's cooking with it, because once you get above 160 degrees cooking, it burns the alcohol out, but the flavor is there.
Right, absolutely.
And so, yeah, we'll be doing a lot of pairing dinners and things like that just to help definitely build back up the economy.
All right, you bet. Okay, what's the best way to reach you guys?
Oh, you can visit us, jepthacreed.com, or all social media. And then, obviously, the distribution in Indiana has been amazing, so you could definitely find us everywhere.
Good stuff. All right, Mike, thank you so much. So good to see you, as always. We appreciate your time. We'll put that link on IndyStyle.tv. Okay, Anessa, on over to you.